Hello. This video is really directed towards my Christian brothers and sisters in Ireland, and obviously particularly the Irish citizens. We have a referendum coming up on the 26th, and the referendum is to make a decision whether we are going to remove from the Constitution the law pertaining to blasphemy. There's a blasphemy law within the Constitution of Ireland. Now, at first glance, when I heard this, I thought, "Why, isn't this just typical of Ireland? I mean, we've been moving so progressively, and we've decided to get rid of one thing or bring in something else and do all kinds of sick and disgusting things in the name of progress." And we've done that. We've moved along and become a very modern country now. And so, obviously, the next step is atheism has stepped in, and a lot of atheists. So I think there's one particular person in particular that is pushing for it. But they want to remove this blasphemy law from the Constitution. Now, as I said, at first glance, I thought, typical. They want to remove God now, get rid of God and everything. But then I had a little think about it. In all the years that I have been a Christian in Ireland, and I have seen some rather disgusting things both said and done about Christians, about God. I've seen smut and jokes on the television. I've seen parades, and I've seen all kinds of things where they mock God. I have never ever once in all that time have I ever seen anybody fined €25,000 for blasphemy against God. Never once. And so I had a little think about this, and I thought, well, hang on a second. We were once known as the nation of saints and scholars. We are not a nation of saints and scholars now. We are not that. What we are right now is a nation of disgusting wretches doing all kinds of perverted things because we think that we're so modern. And we're a godless nation. And I can tell you now, a godless nation having a law pertaining to blasphemy is absolutely pointless. So what I'm thinking is this. This law, this blasphemy law, God is going to judge those who blaspheme regardless of whether a godless nation has a law in place or not. God will judge those who blaspheme. We don't need to defend the Lord. But this blasphemy law being in place, and the way the world is going right now, will indeed be used against Christians. When have you ever seen anybody defending Christianity, Christ, or Christians in general in this day and age, in 2018? They won't do it. They're not going to use that law to defend Christians. But they will use that law against Christians. Because when we preach the truth, when we bring the truth of the gospel, sometimes that's going to step on the toes of other people who claim that their God is actually a God. And that God could be money, God could be a chair, that God could be anything nowadays. The true and living God won't be mocked. So it really doesn't make a difference if this blasphemy law is in place or not. It doesn't make a difference to the Lord. But it will make a difference to us as Christians, because they will use it against pastors standing in the pulpit and preaching that there is one God and one mediator between man and God. They will use it against pastors who happen to mention other certain ideologies and religions that are out there, and when these pastors say that is not the truth, that is an evil ideology, that is an evil cult, they will use that against Christians, this blasphemy law. What was put in place, supposedly, in a Christian nation will be used absolutely against Christians. And that is from where I'm seeing it now, and the way I'm thinking about it now is, we don't need this blasphemy law. We don't need it in the Constitution. It's not going to be good for us. as Christians, it will not be good for us for this to stay in place, because we've seen this country changing, and we've seen certain ideologies that's coming in here, and they're very, very, very clever at using our laws to protect themselves and to grow and to allow their cult and their ideology to grow. Now, from my position, I will be saying, get rid of the blasphemy law. God won't be mocked, and he will judge those who blaspheme. But let's leave that up to him. Let's not expect a godless nation to do anything about blasphemy. Anyway, maybe you can comment what you think and how you see this. Thank you.